Hello and welcome back to the channel, and welcome to the Football Manager 2022 Beta. Beta? How do you say it? Beta. You better believe I'm going to pronounce it wrong. If there's anything that I pride myself on, it's jumping on the bandwagon after the wagon has left the stable. Therefore, there's no wagon to jump on. So that's not going to change as we fire up something that's been out for a couple of weeks already. Football Manager 2022 Beta. I'm sure we all are massive Football Manager fans. I am no different. Am I good at it? No! As you will soon discover. So I see everyone. The one time I don't do Newcastle in anything is the one year where it would actually be fun. So that's typical. But this year we're gonna do a quick one season playthrough. Is that the right word for Football Manager? In the beta, and we're going to pick these lads, RB Leipzig, because, you know, I need to get my consumerism in some way, shape or form. And we're going to pick Rasenball Sport, RB Leipzig. Stand aside, Jesse Marsh. Who did you ever beat? I led Roma to second place in a PES save once. So I think you'll find I am the perfect appointment for this job. And here we are in the game. It looks relatively similar to last year's, just a slightly different colour palette. It's more of a dark theme, which my eyes appreciate at 4 in the morning whilst I'm trying to sign Serbian wonder kids. Don't know if I should admit that I'm trying to human traffic 16-year-olds, but sure, you know, what of it. People are saying this year that the 4-3-3 Gegenpress doesn't work, and I think you'll find I will prove that to be true, given my tactical ineptitude. The first thing we're going to do is take a look at the squad and see where we need to improve. Quite a sizable sort of squad. Tell you what, I'm going to turn my filter on for not at club, because we don't need to see them because they won't be playing for us. So this gives us a better idea of who and what we're looking at. Let's see where we really need to improve. The squad is actually really decent. Could probably do with another centre half. Gvardiol and Mukiele would make a decent centre back pairing, but you never know, might look to improve there. Galashi's fine. The two backup keepers doesn't really matter because they're not really going to get play. So another centre half, and perhaps another forward, because we're very light there, because Sorloth, Lookman and Hwang are all out on loan. So a centre half and a centre forward is what we're really going to be looking for in this window. And to do that, we will have a budget of 17 million-ish to do that with. But then we're going to try, we might offload one or two, try and bump that up a little bit. So what we're going to do is, I'm going to have a look through the squad, I'm going to make some transfers, we're going to come back, we're going to look at them, you're going to judge me for it, and tell me I've done a terrible job. Right, it is now the 14th of August. The first game of the season is tomorrow against Mainz, so we will be playing that, of course. But we have made some transfers, 3 to be precise. These are the 3 transfers that we've made. Ignore all of these, they were already here. So we've spent, what, about 8.5, but 10, roughly around 10 million quid on 3 transfers so far. I wanted to try and keep with the Leipzig sort of philosophy of kind of buying young talent, Europe's hottest young talent. That sounds really strange when I put it like that. I need to, football's weird, isn't it? So yeah, we'll get into those in a minute. We've had 1 or 2 departures. A few youth players have gone. The most notable of our departures is Marcel Halstenberg. Has gone to Wolfsburg for £3.5 million. He's 29 now. I wanted to drum up a bit more cash for him, so Halstenberg unfortunately has had to go. Unfortunately for him, but I'm sure he'll be fine. I think Wolfsburg are in the Champions League, so he'll still be playing Champions League football this season. So that's good for him. And we sent Brian Brobby out on loan to Hamburg. To be honest, I forgot he was here. He was in our under-23s. He of course arrived on a free from Ajax this season, so we've sent him out on loan to Hamburg to get some first team experience. And to replace him, we've brought in this lad, Fedor Chalov, out of CSKA Moscow. Not the highest rated, of course. He's 23 now. Used to be an absolute beast in Football Manager. But to be honest, he's going to play third choice striker behind Andre Silva and Yusuf Poulsen. So we needed someone who was capable of stepping in when required, but was happy enough to be a backup. So Fedor Chalov is the man we've brought in. We brought him in for a fee of $4.5 million. He's not had the most prolific goal scoring record in the past few seasons, but you know what? doesn't matter, he's young, and he's going to play backup anyway, so it's absolutely fine. Speaking of a lad who we've also brought in who's very young, Patrick Berg out of Bodo Glimt. Brought him in for a fee of £4 million to play in the midfield. Now, I know I said that I was going to bring in, my plan was to bring in a forward and a centre-back, and of course I've completely disregarded my own advice and just gone against it, and that's good, because that's just what I do in these things. We're not paying him an absolute fortune either. We've beaten off, I need to rephrase that. Oh god, I'm flustered now. Teams like Chelsea and that were interested, and we signed him before they got a chance to. There we go, I'll put it that way. But Patrick Berg, for £4 million, you really can't argue with that. He's got 17 teamwork, 16 work rate, 18 natural fitness. The lad's an absolute beast. And the third and final signing we've made thus far is Rodrigo, on loan from Real Madrid. Not the most outstanding in terms of stats, but he's fine. We have our starting lineup, and this is really just to kind of build a bench and to get bodies in through the door, because we're in at least 3 competitions this year, so we need as many players of sort of quality that we can. And I feel like Rodrigo's going to develop whilst on loan with us. He's already made a hell of an impact in our opening game of the season, our DFB Pokal game, where he scored a bloody hat-trick. So he did. We ended up winning that game 6-0. Where is the schedule? There we go. 6-0. And we're going to show you the goals from that now. And Nkunku with the corner, played it in towards Willy Orban. He wins the header and nods it into the back of the net against, I forget who we were playing, Victoria someone. Some 3rd division side, I think. Michele gets the cross in, and Dominic Szoboszlai is there to make it 2-0. I'm just going to speed up these highlights a little bit, because we'll be here all bloody day, and I don't have time for that. Ain't nobody got time for that, someone did once say. Angelino gets the ball across, and Rodrigo taps it in to make it 3-0 before the interval. Then after half-time, Haidara's ball across to Chalov, who's all on his own, plays it across, finds Rodrigo, who smacks it into the back of the net to get his second of the game. Mohamed Smakin drives forward, and look at the amount of... he could have just kept running, but instead plays it to Chalov, and he gets his first goal for the club since signing for us, before Rodrigo completes his hat-trick from the penalty spot. So after that dismantling of Viktoria Köln in the DFB Pokal, oh yeah, I can pronounce things in German, oh, I'm not going to offend anyone. We look at our pre-season, we've gone undefeated, which is pretty good, which is, bodes well going into this opening game of the season against Mainz. So we will definitely play that now, and we might play the Stuttgart game as well, who knows, but we'll definitely get stuck into the first game of the season against Mainz. Before we get into that first game of the season, though, we have had the draw for the second round of the DFB Pokal. We've been drawn against Erzgebirge Aue. I didn't have to look that up, I promise. I swear I didn't look that up in a YouTube video, not 3 seconds beforehand. I am a cultured man, and I know things. So here is the team we're going to go with in our opening game of the Bundesliga season. We have Galacci in goal, Angelino, Gvardiol, Orban and Klosterman at the back, with Berg, Nkunku and Mariba in the middle, Szoboszlai on the left, Rodrigo on the right and Poulsen up front. A couple of injuries, Forsberg and Saraki, both in. Saraki's out pretty much for the season. Andre Silva is carrying a knock, so he's not going to be in the squad. And Dani Olmo is still away on holiday, I assume after the Euros. He's wanted by whom? United and Newcastle. Oh dear, we may not be seeing an awful lot of Dani Olmo in that case. On the bench, Schauner, Samakin, Campbell, Chalov, Henriks, Adams, Leimer, Michele and Haidara. This should be a game that we win in the to open our account for the season with 3 points. I've said words there, they all mean something, but in that order they probably mean nothing. I've structured that sentence horribly, but hopefully this team will not be structured horribly. That's a tenuous link at best. Let's just get into the game, for the love of God, anything that makes me stop talking. Well, would you look at this? It's all fancy Bundesliga stuff. If only I had the faces in, then it would make... oh, maybe that'll come in. Sure, but look at this. This is all nice, isn't it? All Bundesliga licensed. That's pretty cool. there is the table after one game. Bayern, where's Bayern? Bayern lost! They're in 15th, excellent. So hopefully we can steal a march on them and pick up a win in our opening game of the season. Szoboszlai finds Gvardiol. Let's just keep a hold of it here, boys. And let's not do anything silly, as Mariba finds Klosterman down the line for Rodrigo. He can run at them here, or he can just turn back around. That's absolutely fine, as long as we keep the ball. Klosterman on the overlap finds Berg inside to Poulsen. Now here's Szoboszlai. Goes back to Angelino for some reason. Inside for Nkunku to strike one. What a hit from Christopher Nkunku. And what a way to open our league account for the season. What a goal this is. Angelino plays it into Szoboszlai. Nkunku, look at the space he's been afforded. Time to pick his spot and bend it into the far corner. And we take the lead. Klosterman. I've got a whole heap of options, just has to get it into the area. Poulsen doesn't even jump for it, even though he's really meant to be really good in the air. Here's Berg! And that's hit the top of the crossbar from our Norwegian summer signing. Now we like to play it out of the back here. Orban, club captain, finds it, plays it forward to Poulsen. That's a terrible pass from Yusuf Poulsen. What is he doing? We've just given the ball straight back to Mainz, which is not ideal when you're trying to win a game of football. Jalai plays it through for Thomas Berghardt, and Jonathan Berghardt. Thomas, I'm thinking of Thomas Peckhardt. He's a completely different fella. But Jonathan Berghardt has equalised for Mainz. And to be honest, that goal has been coming because since we scored the opening goal, have been extremely sloppy, and we've completely tuned out. We've what's the word I'm looking for? I can't. We've not been good, is what I'm trying to say. We've got very complacent, and it's cost us. But we have a chance here right before the break. Angelino, we know he can deliver a decent ball, and he does. Rodrigo hits the bar, and it's cleared off the line by Stefan Bell. 1-1 at the break. We're going to thrash the arms and say we're far from pleased from what we saw, because I was happy enough when we took the lead, but then we completely switched off and allowed Mainz back into the game. But we have the ball right from the start of from the second half. Szoboszlai in towards Poulsen, and Yusuf Poulsen, that's what I wanted to see, lashes it into the back of the Mainz net, and we retake the lead through our big Danish number 9, Yusuf Poulsen. That is what I wanted, a quick start to the second half. Szoboszlai with a great ball into the area, and Poulsen lashes it in off the underside of the crossbar to retake the lead for us. Mainz have a corner. Martin in towards Saint-Just, and he's hit the crossbar. Time for changes. Poulsen has picked up a knock, so he's going to come off. Fedor Chalov is going to make his league debut, where he's better as a 6-2-3s really. We'll play him as a deep lying forward. Why not? Is anyone knackered? Who's not playing well? Patrick Berg isn't playing overly brilliantly, so we're going to bring on Tyler Adams in his place. So that gives us another. Well, we can make 5 substitutions, can't we? That's good. We'll have to keep that in mind, because I will forget. We're just playing it around. Look at the space for Klosterman. That's a lazy pass from Lucas Klosterman, and I'm not very happy with it, if I'm being honest. We've just given them the ball back, and now Jalai's there. That's equally a bad pass, so that's fine. I'm still not happy, but you know, it's taken the sting out of it a bit. So Szoboszlai finds Chalov, who finds Mariba, who's got space to run into. Aleix Mariba! And he's just put it over the top of the crossbar. Didn't have really any options on there, so I don't mind him taking the shot on. Coming up to the end of the game, 5 minutes of added time has been played. We do get the win. We made it very difficult on ourselves, but we get the win on opening day away at Mainz. So the injury to Yusuf Poulsen's not too bad. He stubbed his toe. He'll be out for 5 to 6 days. Stubbed his toe when he's out for a week. Is he taking the hand, actually? Bloody hell. Either way, he should be back in time for the Stuttgart game. Szoboszlai gets man of the match, and rightfully so. Mariba makes his competitive debut in the Bundesliga. All in all, apart from the goal we conceded, can't really argue with that. Good start to the season. So you know what, actually, that's going to do it for this first episode. We've made some transfers, we've played some games, And by golly, haven't we all just had a few laughs? Nope, just me? Nope, well there you go. Either way, I had fun. Just looking at the schedule, let's see what's what. We've got Stuttgart and Wolfsburg, and then Bayern. Bloody hell, right? So what we'll do is we'll play Stuttgart, we will play Wolfsburg, we will come back for deadline day, and Bayern Munich. So yeah, I think that seems like a good trade-off. We'll get deadline day and we'll get Bayern, and then after that we'll just rattle through the season as quickly and as efficiently as we can. So as we look at the Bundesliga table after one game, Augsburg and Arminia Bielefeld fans, take a bloody picture and frame it and put it on your wall, because that's probably going to be the only time. Oh wait, no, Arminia Bielefeld would have been top, wouldn't they, alphabetically? So they've actually dropped a place. Either way, it's all good. Either way, as we look at the Bundesliga table after one game, do not take anything into account after a game. After one game of the season, there's still a long way to go, physically and metaphorically speaking. If you'd like to join me on this journey through the season with RB Leipzig, be sure to hit that like button, hit the subscribe button. It would be most good of you, we would appreciate it greatly. And, if you want to, hit the bell so you're notified of when we make new videos, such as this little Football Manager mini-series. We do loads of other stuff. We used to do loads of PES stuff. We don't do that really anymore. It's more kind of video essays and documentaries and that sort of stuff. So if that tickles your proverbial, then yeah, check them out. We would really appreciate it. But thanks once again for watching, and we will see you, as always, in the next one.